video is how you can build a personal brand as a doctor. As we know, a personal brand, a brand actually, personal brand is that unique image or perception that people have of you, and usually is based on your skills, your personality, and the way people feel when they encounter you. That is what encompasses a personal brand. And a personal brand is actually a very important aspect of your career as a doctor. A lot of doctors and other healthcare workers, not just doctors, don't take personal branding as a very serious matter, because largely a lot of us are employed by the government, especially in this country, Nigeria. A lot of us are employed by the government, so we don't really take into consideration the importance of building yourself, building a personal brand. I'm going to be making notes because I had some. I'm going to be making references to my notes. I have my notes here. So if you see me looking down every once in a while, it's because I have notes here. So please like this channel and also subscribe to this channel. I cover content relating to everything medical practice in Nigeria, be it private practice, be it public practice, be it all the subspecialties that you can possibly think of. Now, let's go back to the topic. Like I said, a personal brand is that unique image, reputation, or perception that you present to the world. The unique image, perception, and reputation. So that means the way people see you, which is the perception, the reputation, which is what you have done and accumulated, either the goodwill or bad will of the people, and that image, the way you present yourself, all of this together forms what we call a personal brand. Now, it also encompasses all your skills. Remember, it is your skills that will make people perceive you a certain way as a physician, or as, in fact, it covers any kind of healthcare at all. It is your skills, your talents, the way you approach work, your personality, and the experience that people have with you. All of these come together to shape your reputation and also to shape the way people see you. All of this makes up what we call a personal brand. Now, why is it important for you to build a personal brand? Why is it important for you to build a personal brand? Like I said, a lot of us don't take it seriously, and that really affects the way you profit from the career. Remember, like I've said before, a lot of us are employed by the government. So because we're employed by the government, we don't take this seriously. We don't take branding seriously. We just wake up, wear our clothes, and go to work, hoping that at the end of the month, we'll get paid and we'll go and enjoy our money. But those people who are working in the private space, or if you venture into the private space, welcome to my channel. Please do like and subscribe to this channel if you like my content. Thank you so much for joining on this live Will's Cuisine. Thank you so much for joining on this live. Now, if you want to, if you when you actually want to know how important a personal brand is, that is going to be when you venture into private practice, or when you try to stand out in your field. Because remember, there is always competition. You're not the only doctor on the surface of the earth. You're not the only medical practitioner on the surface of the earth. So there is intense competition, not just in resources, but in reputation. Reputation. People are competing with a lot of things that you're doing. And in order for you to stand out in that field, you need to project a particular personal brand. Now, a strong personal brand has several advantages. One is, as I've already said, it helps you to stand out in a crowded industry. I won't really say that the medical industry in Nigeria is crowded. Very, very far from it. It is not crowded at all, because, in fact, if anything, we don't have enough hands to do anything. So, but even in that space, you may notice that your specialty, there may be a lot more hands than others. And like I said, it's very important when you venture into doing some private work. Then it becomes extremely important for you to be able, for somebody to look and choose you to do their work. You know, there has to be that trust which is built because they have witnessed your branding. So it helps you to stand out in a crowded specialty. The next thing that it does is that it helps to build trust and credibility so that the people who are patronizing you, they will trust you a lot more and they can see that you're credible. I'm going to tell you some ways that you can build a personal brand, especially if you're working in a government-owned facility where there is no pressure at all for you to embark on building any personal brand. So like I said, it helps you to build trust and credibility with your clients, who are the patients that you're going to be seeing, or even the well people that you will see, because emphasis is moving from just seeing patients that are sick people to actually seeing well people in with the aim to prevent diseases. It helps you to establish yourself as a thought leader in your specialty. So people see you and they see that you are a leader in this field because of how you have projected yourself, the image that you have created, the reputation that you have gathered, and the perception of yourself that you have shown out there. It helps to make people see you as a leader in that field. So if I see you as a leader in that field, I am more likely going to choose you for my treatment if I see you as a leader. And the next thing is it increases your online visibility and presence. Now we are moving from just sitting in the consulting room. A lot of doctors are embracing their online persona because we can see that very easily you can build and sustain a personal brand by being present in the social media space, having a blog, having a Facebook page that is dedicated to your subspecialty, having an Instagram page or any of the other social media platforms, creating content, having a YouTube channel, teaching, all of this helps to project you out there, increases your online presence. Another thing that does is, gone are the days where people used to just sit down and wait for word of mouth. So if I am working in one state, I am restricted to having clients in that state only coming to my practice. But because of your branding and increasing your online presence, you can attract clients from outside of the state where you live, sometimes from outside of the country that you live in. Case in point, look at what is happening in Turkey and South Korea, where there's a lot of emphasis on plastic surgery, reconstructive surgery, aesthetic surgery, most especially. People, because they have gotten to see a lot of the online presence, both of the surgeons themselves and the people who have patronized them, the before and after results and all of that, people are more likely to trust them, not because they actually have evidence that these people are doing a better job, but because of that online presence. So that's what a personal brand does for you. In this day and age, it increases and improves your online presence, which has the power to bring clients to you. Like I said, I have my notes here. The other point I want to make is that it brings you new opportunities. I've already talked about the patients that can come even from outside the country. You may get to have collaborations with multinational bodies. You may get to have a lot of sponsorships. Remember, even as a doctor, you can get brand deals. You can get sponsorships. Obviously, remember, this is going to be within the limits of what is sensible. Don't go endorsing things that don't work just because you want to use your qualification as a doctor to confuse people. But if you establish yourself as a brand, you have the ability to attract brand deals. They can come to you because of that brand. So there are many ways that you can express or build your personal brand, build a good personal brand for yourself. First of all, I would like to start with those of you who are still in paid employment in government establishments. Every single day you leave your house and go to work, take it as a challenge, take it as an opportunity to add an extra building block to your personal brand. Now, imagine Mr. A goes to work and he goes to work late. Comes to work, let's say the opening time is by 8 a.m. And Mr. A makes sure that he goes to work by 11 o'clock every single day without fail. And that means 3 hours late. So some of the things that he was supposed to have done in the morning, he does not do. Or she, it can be anybody. Now, another person, on the other hand, comes to work by 7:30 a.m. when the duties start by 8. Gradually, people begin to see and know that, look, Mr. B is a very serious-minded person. Mr. B comes to work early. Mr. B takes their duties seriously, while Mr. A takes everything like a joke and is not even serious about anything. Now, I mean, your guess is as good as mine. The person who is going to have a better brand, a better perception, and a better reputation is obviously Mr. B, because people will see the little building blocks coming on time, taking their job seriously, and all of that. These things add to making Mr. B look like a much better person. Now, Mr. A may have all the skill, may have all the talent, but because Mr. A has failed to build his brand, has failed to improve his reputation, Mr. B becomes the preferred choice. So that's why I say it's important for you to build your personal brand. You start right from where you are right now. You have a private clinic that is just starting out and you hardly open your doors on time. Somebody comes in there and the first thing they see is dirty surroundings. The nurse that is sitting there is chewing granite on the table. You know, the whole environment is smelling. The stench, people cannot even understand what they're smelling when they come in there. People are so unfriendly. The people collecting the money from the patients are so unfriendly. They can't even spell even the name of the patient. They cannot even state the services that are available in that facility to the patients that is coming in. You know, these are things that can reduce your image in the market as a private practitioner, private medical practitioner. I've already talked about those who are in government employment and in paid employment who are not showcasing their skills, because the person working with you may be the first person to refer a patient to you. So it is extremely important for you to build your brand even when you are working in a government-owned establishment. The person that you see, you know, in that hospital or in that clinic that you're working in may be the person who will refer 10 patients to you. And from these 10, another 20 can be referred. All because they like your approach, the way you talk to people, the way you relate to people, the way you dress, the way you approach the solution to their problems. All of these things come together to add to your personal brand. Another thing is you can express your personal brand by having an online presence. Now, in this day and age, it is almost a criminal offense for you as a doctor not to have an online presence. It is not about being humble. It is not about being, oh, I don't like social media. If you don't like social media, please try and like social media. Because in this day and age, you will perish if you do not have a social media presence. Unless, of course, you're just content with going to work and getting paid the little ones that you're getting paid. But there will come a time in this country where people will be paid according to output. At that point, you will understand the benefits of personal branding. So it is extremely important for every doctor or every healthcare professional to have an online presence. This makes it easier for you to build your personal brand. When I say online presence, I'm not saying go and dance on social media. Not everybody can dance on social media. I'm not saying go and do all those lewd content. What I'm saying is, do you have a website, well-made website that people can visit and see And that is the first interface between a patient and yourself. Do you have a website? Clean, beautifully made, professional looking website? Do you have a payment process, that and an appointment system, and a good rapid response system on your website where people can just send an inquiry, get a response immediately, and know exactly what services are available and how they can approach those services? Do you have a Facebook page? If you feel that a website is more difficult and more expensive and you don't have the funds, do you have a Facebook page? Facebook page is very, very easy to create. If you want me to create one and show you a video of that, I'm going to make a video and post on my channel how you can create a medical Facebook page for yourself and the things that you can put there in a view to building your personal brand. This video may be one of the most important videos. That is why I did not want to waste my time sitting down and creating it. I wanted to just hop on the live and make, because I know I will not have the time to do it, and this is an extremely important video. So like I said, I'm looking at my notes here. I've talked about your online presence, which can be on social media, which can be a website that you need to build. The next one is content. Creating content. If you create content, that helps. Oh, well, we're in Nigeria, so the lights have gone off as usual. I think I have any other light source.